What's going on, King Nice? What's going
What's
on
going
with you?
on?
Now, is it King
All right.
Nice or man? I never got this right, man. So it's King or King Nice? Which one? I know we homies. We've been friends for about 2 years now. Been business partners now. King Nice or just King? Which one is it, man?
Man, I just go by King. King Nice is my rap name, but yeah, that's my
Yeah,
name, King. So
yeah, yeah. I got you. I got you. So, you know what I'm saying? Before we dig into this, what's been this is the mid season. We're going to be doing this for the rest of the time where Alpha, this league is going. This is a lifelong league, but this is going to be something that's annually that we're going to be doing the mid season analytics, analyst analysis, whatever you want to call it. So far, man, just looking back, like what's been some of your highs and some of your lows about, what I'm saying, this whole season, just this whole entire experience so far.
I mean, so far the experience been great. Um, highs is just seeing everybody getting together, having a good time, um, getting together, doing what we love to do. I mean, some of the lows is just what come with the business, different personalities and certain people that's not on the same accord. But nonetheless, it's been a beautiful experience.
Yeah, I could say the same thing. I will say this though, I'm very proud of like all the players that everybody that like really showed up. And a lot of times I do see I do see for the most part a lot of people they actually yeah, most of them want to be, and I'm gonna say pretty much everybody, what I'm saying, they want to be a part of this. I if they didn't, they wouldn't show up. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, my some of my best things I like to see is that I get a real rush when I see when I pull up to Barwell and I see the parking lot full. And that is like such a rush for me. I love it because I'm like, okay, these people they're actually attending something that I actually created. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel the same way when you pull up and
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it's
With
a
me,
beautiful.
look, as far as lows, man, with me is that I wish I was out there on that court. I mean, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, for
I
sure.
think
I mean, being hoopers, yeah, it definitely be a lot of times you be like, man, I wish I was out there playing. But you know, you know how it goes.
yeah, especially with somebody getting blown out. We already
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
We
It's
already
like
know.
you know what I'm saying. Yeah, that's how
So,
it go.
so let me ask you this, and I'll answer. Like, what do you think overall? And then we're going to dig into some of the teams. We're going to look at the stats and everything like that. Um, Overall, what do you think is the key to winning an Alpha Basketball League championship?
Well, the key to winning any championship is a few things. For one, I would say teamwork. That's why they always say teamwork made the dream work. Um, for two, it takes discipline. Basketball is about a game of runs, so you can't get your head down if a team can score 8 in a row. It's just how you're gonna weather the storm. And then three, defense. You know what I'm saying? Giving effort, actually playing solid defense. Because as much as offense is important, um, you don't want to go in a swing battle with two high-power offensive teams. Somebody got to get some stops uh, to win the game.
You know, like me and you, we've been through a lot of battles. Like me, I've been on a team where all we had was just like five of us, and we was able to blow teams out by 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Against mediocre, really teams that had mediocre to, regardless of what type of style of competition, if you got a whole team of 10 and you only got 5 players and you're playing a whole, 40-minute game, that's a lot. But conditioning
Right.
is what kept us up. So I think conditioning is one. Number two, like you said, defense and execution of plays. Like
Well,
sometimes coming down court, jacking up shots when you're down, that's not going to get you back in the game.
yes, another thing I wanted to chime in and say is if you're not, because everybody's not in tip top shape. So if you're not in the top condition, then you have to play strategically. That's where a lot of them can still be effective. You know what I'm saying? You have to go off of strategy.
Right, right. So,
Because it's like the difference between like a Spurs offense versus like a Suns fast pace. You know what I'm saying? If you know you're not in the best shape, you're gonna have to kind of play half court setting. You know what I'm saying? That
right.
play to your advantage.
Yeah, exactly. So, what has been your experience with us doing the stats for our league? Like, and I mean, this is, like I said, this us doing this analysis, this is, just me who talks so everybody can see how we operate, what I'm saying, how our business relationship is. And not only that, what I'm saying, how knowledgeable we are about the game and stuff like that. So how has your experience been when it comes to doing the stats and everything like that?
It's been very interesting because, like, I've been a basketball fan for ever since I can remember. But just doing the stats is something totally different. You get to see everything that's going on, play by play by play, and it makes you kind of look at things differently.
Right. And we all know that it's something that is tedious and like I said, this is like your first time doing the stats, and for me, it's been like the third time. But what I'm saying, a little bit of my background is which we talked before, is that when I used to work at Parks and Rec back at home, what I'm saying, like we did actually there, and then that's all that we did. What I'm saying. So, but for me, like you said, with doing the stats, I'm able to see pretty much it's been helping me a lot because I've been seeing how everybody plays. I've been seeing what decision each player makes. It's kind of like we can read everybody's book now. We know what each person like to do. Like what we see, what each person, which each team does, each individual player, what they're going to do. Sometimes I don't know about you, but sometimes like I can tell what somebody's going to do before they actually do it. You know?
Yeah, of course, because we're creatures of habit. So if somebody is strong with their right hand, they don't really got a left. Pretty much when they get the ball, they gonna go right. So yeah, sometimes you basically can predict what people gonna do.
All right. So let's we ain't gonna hold it too long. So let's get into it real quick. We're gonna start off with the ringleaders. You know who the ringleaders are, right?
Brother commit.
Brothers of Commit. The brothers of Commit, the brothers.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, the brothers.
Yes, sir, man.
It's the brothers. It's the brothers. Season
They doing,
2023-2024. Brothers Commit, the season
they
report.
doing, they doing their
Record
thing, man. Undefeated.
record 5-0. Record 5-0. Phenomenal. I mean, to be honest with you, they like I said, we're going to be talking. Um, Stepping into the season, I did not think that they was going to be having a record like this. I'm just going to just be real. I didn't know these guys, but you did tell me. You said, look, they gonna pull together. They gonna get together. I remember you telling me that.
Yeah, because my thing is like I know a lot of guys in the league, but what I know about brothers commit, and like I was telling you, one thing that you can't deny is chemistry. And these guys have been playing together for years, and that does give you advantage over teams that's just coming together. They might not know how each other play, So that does give you a super advantage.
It's just a simple fact that the way that they execute their defense, and that's something that is very pivotal um in making a good championship run because you know one thing about it, defense is everything, and they're a testimony of that. Um, as far as the weak suit, we already know what their weakness is. Their weakness is offense. I'm gonna say, and the reason why I say offense is because you know how we know we talked about this is that they need Quan, the MVP prospect. Um, he cannot do it alone. It's to me, I feel as though like the other players have really got to step up and really take some of the load off, especially to make a championship run. Like, what do you think about that?
Yes, I would say. I mean, right now everything looks kosher because they're winning. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
yeah, um, if we could point out a flaw with them, yeah, you know, if Quan was to have an off game, who would be the guy to step up? But I mean, they record 5-0. They're executing the zone the best that I've seen in the league.
right.
So
And so
that's the
that,
only
that
thing
them,
that I see.
yeah, them executing that zone to 110%, that's what's really keeping them in the lane. But the reason why I do bring up about them, the other players stepping up, is because that's going to basically cement the championship for them.
Hmm.
Because I mean, other players stepping up and really knocking down those shots when they need to be knocked down, that's going to be very essential to success. Because I mean, let's just face it. Like, okay, Quan as a player, phenomenal. I mean, if you've got to guard him, you're gonna be in for a long ass day. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? You're gonna be in for a long ass day because keeping up with him, like I said, we watched him. Keeping up with him, man. I'll even tell you, I'll be gassed afterwards, especially if I,
Yeah,
if you and I were to play against him, we're not
yeah,
gonna get that much points because we're gonna be trying to rush and keep up with him, you know,
yeah, yeah, for
or trying
sure,
to keep up with him, you
for
know.
sure.
Yeah, yeah. So that's why I say in order for them to be successful, to basically submit their championship, they're going to need something from those other players because if we take a team like the Rim Reapers, a team that can shoot, team that
Hmm.
has a shooter, somebody that will, if you can't, he's going to make you pay if you leave him open.
Right.
You know, um, Rim Reapers, they have a lot of shooters. So a team like that, shooting is what kills a zone. You shoot a zone down. So
Hmm.
that's something that zone is not always going to help them out. Not to say that they can't go man, not to say that they cannot go man to man, not to say they can't
Hmm.
match up. But the thing about it is that you went by the time you figure out that hey, this zone is not going to work. Where are you going to be at?
Right. Now, just go over some key points. I just want to run through
Okay.
some.
Key points like for instance, let's see, individual highs. For instance, individual highs. Points. I think the most points that Corn had was against Enough Said. Um, that was 24. 24 points. Field goals made. This is my point right here. Field goal made. Quan the hoop guy. Most 2-pointers made. Quan. 2-pointer attempted. Quan. Free throws. Quan. Um, now attempted bang. You know what I'm saying? And let's see. Most defensive rebounds. Quan. Rebounds in general. Quan assists. He's leading his team in assists. And really, that's what is him giving 110% and being at the top. Aside from saying not to take credit from away from the other players and their roles that they play, but it's just still like to me, I feel like putting all your eggs in one basket is not really something that's going to solidify a championship run. You know,
Okay.
yeah. What do you think about that so far?
I mean, really. You know, they undefeated so far, so
Yeah,
what if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know, like I said, hypothetically, like I understand what you're saying about the other guy stepping up. If Quan was to have, you know what I'm saying, a bad game or such. But right now, the guy's undefeated, you
yeah.
know.
And see, the thing about it is that he is so quick. He
Yeah,
is
he
so
is.
quick. And the thing where the way brothers of commit play, and we know how they play. If you mess up on a play, y'all, these teams come down court and they think, oh, well, it's too much. It's a zone defense. Oh, I'm about to knock this shot down. You're going to pay because that ball is going to ricochet off that rim so hard, and then they're going down the court, and then that's how the score gets ran up. And then
Yeah,
brothers, they're very smart. These are, aside from what I just said, to give these guys credit, they've got the IQ.
the
They,
IQ. Yeah, yeah, that's what I said.
yeah,
They got
yeah,
very good IQ.
yeah. They've got the IQ to make a championship run, and so far, what they're doing, it's working. You know,
Yep.
Yeah,
All right.
so big shout out to Brothers of Commit. I'm
Shout out.
impressed. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
shout out.
impressed.
I'm impressed with them, and shout out to Quan Hoop God for being the leader, the leader,
Yeah,
a very great leader. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Which I don't see too many in this league.
thoughts about enough said.
Well, enough said. They're the worst team in the league. They haven't won a game yet. But the last few games, I have seen a change in them as far as better effort. So I think they're figuring it out as they go. Um, I think they need to um, just come up with a strategy. Like I said, I know I keep saying it, sound repetitive, but strategy that is effective. And then also, you got to know how to use your weapons the right way. OG, new OG, he's out there. He's balling, you know what I'm saying? The other brothers are balling too. Um, what I see with them, what's really biting them in the ass that would really give them a closer chance to win is their passes. A lot of them on that team don't really know how to pass efficiently. Like even when I was doing the stats, they'd be doing certain passing, you'd be like, why would you? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's and those equate to turnovers, which equate to fast break points. You know what I'm saying? So if they really can figure out a strategy, um, utilize their players, um, and really slow the game down, because you know what I'm saying. I think that will play into their advantage. You know what I'm saying?
right. Um, what I say about enough said is that in which I've talked to many of their players as well as the team leader. Because in this league, we have, you know, we do we do have team leaders, people that they're able to kind of like handle some of the workload with us and everything like that. But what I've talked to the team leader and all the other players is that one thing I see is they need to move the ball. One thing is for certain, like you said, with passing. Another thing is you've got to utilize screens and off ball picks. When you don't have a team that can match up well with players that have a higher IQ, then you've got to basically use what you can. It's just like you're being it's just like a bully trying to fight a bully. It's like you're being bullied. If you got a person that's like 6'5" bully against a kid that's little, what's the kid gonna do if he's got to fight him? You know, he's going to have to grab something to try to knock somebody out. You know, so the
Right.
thing about it is you got to use something, because just going into a game and thinking that, okay, we didn't have a certain personnel, or these guys are faster, or these guys can shoot, you're not trying. That's not a way to try to win. Because think about it, everybody wants to be a winner. If you don't want to be a winner, I don't know what's wrong with you. I mean, I can't, why are you even playing? You're playing for the fun, but everybody wants to win. So if you want to win, the thing about it is this: you got to try to use every single thing in your arsenal to try to try to level the playing field. They need to use off ball screens. They need to use a pick to get new OG open so he can hit the three.
The the other guy I like, he been stepping up too. I don't know his name. Skip was calling him Poppy from the corner store, but I don't know the brother name.
Yeah, Singletary. Yeah,
Singletary, he's been playing really good. And I just noticed something when I was sitting here thinking about it, and I've said another advantage that they can use, they got a lot of big guys. They need to start using screens and boxing out, weighing the smaller teams down. You know what I'm saying? You got big bodies, let them feel a couple of them picks and, get nasty down in the paint, wear them out.
I noticed last time they played um Elias, yeah, well he was able to knock down threes. He can hit that open shot, but the thing about it is if he can learn how to shoot off of a pick, it's going to open them up big time.
Yeah,
Because
yeah. Shout out to Elias. He definitely had a good game. I was glad to see him get out his slump. Like I said, they even though they got the worst record in the league, they I do see them, like the last game was their best game, and I really do see progress from week to week.
yeah, there's a lot, and the thing about it is that, like we all say, when the game gets kind of like close, then that's when they really start playing, really start utilizing their mid range game, and they have a lot of players such as Doss. Haven't seen him in a while, but he has a good mid range game.
Yeah,
You
and I
know,
think that's another thing that's really shaking them up too. They have a lot of players, but it seems like every week it's different players that show up. So it's like kind of hard to get a. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like two
yeah.
players might not show up
Get on
this
the same
week.
page. In other words,
Right. And Elias, I know he's been very vocal over there as the leader, trying to keep those guys together. But shout out to them guys. Wish them the best for the rest of the season. Also,
right? Yeah, yeah.
hopefully
So
these guys can pull it together and at least get a win or the season close out.
yeah, and I mean for them to win, and I mean I'm gonna say this like. Yeah, I speak sometimes. You get on me a lot of times about this. Like, come on, man. I know sometimes you be like, man, this dude's serious, man. He really do think they gonna do something. But you know me, man. You seen me do it before. I can turn a game around, you know. And there's always a way. I don't care how things look. There's always a way to make an upset.
Yeah,
Always.
yeah. But the key point for them, they got to pass that rock around right. Like a lot of those passes be sloppy, and it just be all right. Who was that to? Especially another
Yeah,
thing when you throwing passes in a zone, sometimes you have to fake before you get it to the person. Because some of those passes be so telegraphed. They be like, "Oh, thanks, turnover."
yeah, and it's real simple. Like the way that you see me tackle a zone before, the way that you tackle a zone, and I'll tell everybody this: the way that you tackle a zone is you suck people in, you suck the defense in. Because a zone is what? Everybody's on the perimeter to do what? To force the other team to shoot. To force them to shoot low percentage shots. You know? But the way to get that is you penetrate the zone, have somebody behind you, and you just kick it out. That's it. That's how that is one of the easy ways to break a zone. But the thing
See,
about it is
see,
that when you have
see.
a that can't really shoot that well, So what is that you do when you have that? What is that you do? Well, the thing that you do is okay. You have to set picks. You have to use off-ball screens. You got to use them. You
Another
know.
thing, I just seen it while you was talking. The game is playing. They're trying to dribble through double teams. If two people is on you, somebody's open. You got to keep your
Yeah.
head up. But moving on to the next team. Who we got next?
All right. Let's talk about Lakesiders. Let's talk about Lakesiders.
The Lakesiders. Lakesiders, man. I like the Lakesiders. They're good. They're a good young team. Um, like I said, they need a solid leader. The leadership, I don't really see it too much um, from that unit.
Yeah.
Um, I like them. You know, they got Ant Reese, Quiz, KJ, Terrell. They got a nice. They got,
Right. Looking at their stats, and this is one thing that I've always said about them, and we've talked to a couple of players about it. They take too many threes. Um, they're they average 24.7% from the 3-point line.
yeah,
And they
that's
average 44% from the field goal. And they average 68 point. They get most of their points from twos, which obviously, I mean, what I'm saying, most the good. That's above 50, so that's still a good average. But that 24%, think about it. If you take that 24% and add that more to twos, then think about how much that average will go up.
yeah. I think a lot of times, like you said, that's a good point. These teams is falling in love with threes. Like for example, I use Ant. Ant shoot a lot of threes, but Ant is he's very athletic and long. Like he can get to the rim when he wants to, and it's like they're shortchanging themselves, you know. And it's not just him; it's a handful of their players. I don't know. They just like jacking up threes, and it's like I don't know why would you shoot that when you could have got better, or just understanding who's on you too. You know, a lot of times I see them, they'll have a small guy in the paint and they'll dish it out, and it's like, why don't you just go up? You know what I'm saying? It's a mismatch.
Yeah, exactly. Like, because, and a lot of it is this right here that, like you said, they're a young team. And as far as like basketball is concerned, um, and I've heard a lot of older guys talk about this too, is that post game is becoming almost non-existent in a sense. Like, in our era, we play with our back to the basket. But graduate, I mean, not graduate, that's the wrong word, but getting into this day and age, if you post up, you're not going to get the ball when you and I play. If you play with a bunch of younger guys, they're not going to pass you the ball if you posting up.
Oh, nah, you about to count for that. You getting
Yeah,
a
yeah,
rebound.
yeah. So but the thing about it, there's so many, they have so many tools to really dominate the post.
And then another thing too, I was watching that film. They're real lazy on defense. You can't take plays off when you're playing defense. You know what I'm saying? You got to play every play. That's how you're going to win the game. You know what I'm saying? I definitely want to give a shout out to the new guy. He's definitely been a ball of energy for them. He's actually been fun to watch. What's the guy name?
Um,
You know
what's
I'm
his
talking
name,
about
man?
number
A
8.
Medler.
Yeah, man. He's yeah, like I said, they got a great team. They just gotta figure out who their leader is, and they gotta, be more strategic if they want to beat some of the top tier teams like what I'm saying, Rim Reapers and Brothers
Yeah,
of
if they want to
Fans.
make a championship run, they're going to
Right.
have to they're going to have to, because that last game um it did change a lot, because you know it's like when you're down and you could possibly be down a championship, what are you going to do? And
Right.
there wasn't a change in any type of like, there was no desperation, no sense of urgency. If you're down by, let's say, if you're down by 10, you need to be going to a full court press to get back in the game.
Mhm.
Because letting a team walk the ball up, their time is ticking. You know, you want to rush their offense on the way. You want to force them to shoot a bad shot. You want
Right.
to force them to make to miss a layup. You want to force them to do that, and so that's what they're going to have to do in order for them to win. Because let's say if they do get to the championship, what are you going to do when you've been messing up and you got a team like Brothers of Commit and they're sitting there running the score up, y'all are messing up. What are you going to do? How are you going to get
Yeah,
back?
but that goes back to leadership. The leader got to be very vocal, and they also got to have a strategy. Because a lot of them times I see that they play like it's YMCA basketball. You you know, just playing with the wind, just going with the flow. But that don't work when you playing top tier teams.
Right.
You're not gonna beat them without a strategy. You're just not.
Exactly. You're going to get more of the experience when you actually buckle down and actually play. Even though, like, you know what I'm saying, that this a competitive, competition, everything like that. This is considered record, but still, when you really give it your all, then it makes that win more. It makes it taste better. You know, and really able to really buckle down and when they can learn that, okay, if I am down, I don't need to shoot threes. The threes I'm getting gives back in the game. High percentage shots, pick and roll, off ball screens, strategy like that play just now. That's what's going to get you winning the game.
Yeah, like that's really what I want to see. I really want to see Reese, really step it up because I know what Reese is capable of doing. You know, a lot of times Reese, he's a very great player, but he play passive. Like they need you to be one of the leaders on the team, especially with you being the point guard. You know what I'm saying? And things
Yeah,
really can, man, because yeah, I got
yeah, and they
and
need to utilize Medlem. They they need to set picks for him, set screens, let him pull that shot from the three. Cause let's just keep it a buck. My man's came in there in this league and he shot a lot of us. He shot me.
yeah, yeah,
I
he
don't judge
did.
anybody, but I didn't think that he was a good addition for them. Cause the man's going to get down. He's going to play.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. He's definitely been excited to watch because yeah, man, he the last two games, man, he been doing his thing. And if they can figure out a strategy, man, they got a nice team, you know. They got bigs up there like Ant, KJ, um, Terrell, Quez, you know what I'm saying? So
I'm gonna say this. It's good for Ant to pull. I know him for a minute. A good young brother, man. He's got a good head on his shoulder. We ain't never had no problems out of him. Never had no problems out of him. But I'm gonna say this though. I think maybe if put him more down low and
yeah,
put him more.
I really would like to see Ant really slash and get to the cup. Like I said, he's very athletic, and I know he can get to the rim. But I know a lot of times the young players, they fall into that. Oh yeah, let me show you a step back three and stuff like that.
Or let me tell you this: they can just take. And I'm gonna say this. Then we go on to the next team. They can take their bigs, the wingspan, the bodies. They can set some mean picks and just let Medler just pull up. Let him just go ahead and go in. Because the man can shoot the three. The man can shoot the two. You know? He
Uh-huh.
can he's a shooter. You know?
Yeah, yeah, he
Set the pick,
definitely is.
let him just pull up. Let him pull up over the pick.
Yeah, because I seen him pull up at people's face, so I know he can. He gets some space. He definitely be good on that open look.
talk about Rim Reapers. Let's talk about them.
Rim Reapers. Yeah, man, I like them guys too, man. They got a nice solid team, man. Nice solid team. Uh, Especially with the addition of picking up Nate. Um, they got the leading scorer of the league with Fitzgerald doing his thing. Chino, he's definitely like the third or second leading scorer. They got both of they're both on the same team. Um, they look good, man. They look good. Uh, the only thing I can say about them is sometimes they let their emotions get in the way. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, they look pretty solid. They're the second best team as far as record wise, and I definitely can see them playing in the championship. They keep playing the way they are.
Right. And like you said, I definitely see them making a championship run. But the thing about it is that when it comes to, I'm gonna say this. Fitzgerald's a phenomenal shooter. I like you said, we've heard about him before. When I've watched him, on many videos before the league, and I saw the way he played and everything. And I said, man, that's somebody that I would love to have in my league. Um, the only thing that I could see that may hurt them is, and my advice to them is, don't think too much about the referee and the calls that's being made. Stay in the game, make your threes, hit your shots. You know what I'm saying? You're going to it's going to change. The at the end of the day, it's going to be in your favor. Just stay in the game and just knock your shots down. Play smart. If you see that something's not going your way when you do this, change it up. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that makes basketball so amazing is that you can turn the tide. You can take any situation and change it. It's all on how much you all put energy, how much energy you all put into it. So if you notice that a ref is calling this, let's try this. He's calling this, let's try this. Um, Dang, I should have got that call. Okay, bro, set me up for an open shot so that we can make these points back.
Yeah, because if you really notice the way that Smurf is calling the game, um, yeah, he might not get every call, but he's really rewarding people that's getting to the basket and catching people with their hands in the cookie jar. Because I take somebody like Tito, like he didn't he didn't made it to the line the most out the league. But if you go back and you watch film, Chino, his shot selection, it comes from the paint. He know how to get to that paint. You know what I'm saying? Get his layup and get fouled and go to the line. So it's just about, like you said, analyzing the game and see how the refs
Yeah,
and shit like that, they're taking
I'm gonna
advantage of
say
it.
this also too. Fitzgerald, when he shoots, a lot of times I notice that when he shoots, and let's just face it, sometimes as a shooter, because you know me, that's one of my strong suits in basketball, and best believe I've been through a lot of shooting slumps, and it's frustrating because you want to make every single shot, but if he can get in his mind that hey, when you miss a shot, it's not your fault. The ball just didn't go in that time. Go back. If you miss a shot, uh, fix it. You fix it by getting back on defense. That's how you fix it. You miss a
Yeah,
shot, go play defense, get that ball back. I'm gonna tell you a
yeah,
story is that if you miss a shot, go back down court, get a steal, get a rebound. Don't get too much into the logistics of how the game is going. Stay in the game. Hit your shot, focus on you and your team because at the end of the day, you're gonna get that championship. And then what I can say, I will say this also too is that they need to utilize Stabler more in the paint, in the post.
oh yeah, yeah, because they definitely got the biggest guy in the league I would definitely utilize him a lot more.
Yeah. Or he could just be in, maybe, we talk about roles. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the best role is you're just getting rebounds.
Oh no! I'm not saying specifically what they should do with him. I'm just saying they should utilize him more because he's
Oh no, I get what
definitely
you're saying, but like I said the
a
same
big
thing.
body.
Utilize him more, trying to get him going on offense. Because it's always good to try to get at least if he can up the average at least about you know 2 points or more or 4 points. That's still good. Aside from the rebounds, you know what I'm saying. Everybody's got to bring something to the cookout.
Hmm.
Everybody. It's nothing wrong with trying to bring a little bit more there. You know. So let's see. Let's move on to the let's see what team. Let's talk about the beat. What are your thoughts about the beat?
The beat, I like the beat too. The beat just got to figure it out. They got a whole bunch of great play. They got good players on their team, but they don't have any leadership. That's what I be preaching. Like somebody got to lead. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing, what the beat does too much, they shoot way too many threes. Way too many threes. Um, you could just shoot yourself out the game. You know, one player on the beat shot 22 threes in one game, and that is excessive. And you only made two or three out of those. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, you gotta stop falling in love with the 3 point. Like when they get to if you look at the statistics, like you know, the twos, like they getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they need to drive to the rack. They need to utilize. I played with AJ before. If you set him up right, he's gonna he's gonna be automatic on a fast break. That's his best strong suit. They need to score more on if they need to watch more Brothers of Commit film. Score more on them fast breaks. Y'all need to be
Yeah,
there more of, and you could disagree with me if you think this, but would you say they need to be a running team?
yeah, they had the ability to do that. They definitely got the personnel. Another thing the tool that I would say they need to work on is they passing. The passing is real sloppy at times. You know what I'm saying? Um, then they got to come up with a strategy. You know what I'm saying? But to their defense, they've been going through battles with losing teammates and things of that nature. So them guys really have been battling um, with the personnel that they got, but they still got to use their IQ and not just fall in love with his jacket threes, because 20 something threes in one game, that's just excessive. Like, I never even saw that in the stat line ever. Like, I never
Yeah,
seen
I believe it was
Steph Curry.
yeah, it was and really their record is I haven't updated, but I still have it's in the books. Um we got them at 2-4. Um,
Hmm.
you know, and I believe it was Deshaun was, that game I understand what was going on and what the situation is, but when you're playing in a game whereas you are where the odds are kind of stacked against you, you've got to, like you said, strategy means a lot. You can't go in and go out guns blazing. You have to value every single possession. Every possession must be taken as gold, because what's going to end up happening is if you continuously shoot, you're going to lose you're going to lose your composure in a sense. And when I mean your composure is like, you're going to trying to make threes. So I'm just going to shoot it out. But the real thing is that, okay, let's get 5 passes. Let's slow the game down a little bit, because when you play fast like that, it's going to end up happening is you're going to speed it up. You're not going to have that much time for your possessions. Then the other team is going to run the game up on you.
Hmm.
As far as like for them to make a championship run, what do you think they need to do?
Like I said, I like their personnel. They got a good personnel. They have to establish leadership, that dominant leader, and they have to come up with a strategy. Like I said, they got a lot of quick people on their team. So as far as defense, um, that really can play advantage of them, like not taking off any plays. You know what I'm saying? But what I would just say is strategy and shoot less threes. That's all I would say.
Um, I would say this as far as like Deshaun with him, the brother can run the floor real good. He
Hmm.
can do that. Um, as far as like distributed, I do believe that he's a good distributor. But like I said, he needs to try to drive more and get more twos in.
Okay.
Yeah,
But shout
get
out,
more, yeah, get more field goals in. You know,
yeah,
and
man.
then getting AJ to knock down those open threes. He's the key.
Yeah, shout out to AJ, man. He been doing this thing.
Yeah, and not saying that Deshaun cannot shoot. Not saying that because we seen him. We seen him pull. When the brother's on, he's on. You know, but the thing
Hmm.
about it is, like you said, with the whole team as a collective, they need to designate one person as the shooter, the 3-point shooter, which is AJ, and the rest of them need to distribute the ball and they need to drive in more and get high percentage shots. That's what's going to get them to where they need to be at.
Yeah,
So
and be more aggressive on defense. Because I see
right,
a lot of like I'm watching film now as he's playing. Like a lot of plays, I see the guard is just do a simple crossover and then they just let them pass and they're out of the play. It's like they almost like starting to run the other way to get play offense. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, there's always something to do on defense and offense. There's always something to do. You know, what I'm saying? And it's an ongoing thing with basketball now. Back in the back in I'm gonna say, and I hate to say back in, it makes it seem old, but it seems as though like when we just seen it play just now, everybody is stuck at that 3-point line, which is different. If okay, get the whole object is get closer to the basket, so you get that high percentage shot.
You get a high percent of shots because I mean, even though people would like to say, "Oh, the game changed" and stuff like that, with shooting, which is true, but these guys that's shooting like that, these guys are getting up shots every day, or they're at least getting up a set amount of shots every week. You know, a lot of these guys are just coming in playing on Sunday. You're not going to be able to shoot like Steph Curry. But what you
Yeah,
can
it's,
do,
it's not it's not going to happen like that.
you can get to the rack and get a high percentage shot, and it'll work in your favor.
Yeah, get to the rack, drive in, get fouled, get to the free throw line. Work on do the little form shooting at the free throw line, and who knows? Next thing you know, you're lighting up for the 3-point line. Next thing you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. Because my thing is, I'm not saying you can't shoot threes, but you just falling in love too much with threes. I'm like, just don't worry about no threes now. Get to the rack and then go from there. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, everybody. Okay, so
Next team,
yeah, next team. I believe it's the last team. I
Sons of
think
the Master.
I say the best for last.
Okay,
Oh man, my sons are masters, man.
the Sons of Masters.
My sons are masters.
Well, you
You
know
know,
what? I like the Sons of Masters. They they got a must win last Sunday. They was going through a little slump. They got into a little like where they was getting playing goofball. But it's good to see them getting a rhythm back. But in order for them to compete for the championship, they have to stay solid as a unit.
me personally, um, I'm waiting to see if they ever did they get their rhythm back.
Yeah, because the beat, not saying that, you know what I'm saying, they did beat them, but the beat was beat up and they didn't have their full team. Like they only had four guys, and then they had a new guy. So you know that was like, all right, we knew y'all was gonna win that. Now what's really gonna tell it is this Sunday when they play the Rim Reapers, I believe.
No, they play the beat.
The
Um
beat.
yeah, they play the beat this Sunday. No,
Yeah, so
I think do I have them playing the beat again? I need to look at
I
the schedule.
forgot, but either way, we're gonna see because these guys definitely is one of the sleeper teams that can really turn it on and really have a shift change in the second half of the
Yeah,
season.
they're playing against Suns. They're playing against Lakesiders.
Lakesiders, yep, I knew,
Yeah,
I forgot.
yeah,
Um,
that's what they're playing against.
yeah, and that's going to be a great game because yeah, that's going to be a great game. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I mean, I just think that they shouldn't have played around. I feel like they should not have played around with that brother commit game. Um, that game right there. That was a big game, and the reason why I'm saying is because you played against one of the top tier teams. That's
Well,
not
I don't think that they played around. I think it was a mishaps on what was going on. That's why I always
right.
keep. I know I sound like a parrot, keep repeating it, but strategy is key. You know, it's like playing chess. You got to know how to utilize all your pieces on the board, on the pawn, to the bishop, the knights, the queen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's like players got to understand that. Look, okay, get off your high horse. Understand that. Hey, this game right here, this is not my game for me to stay in, or I'm not gonna get that many minutes this game because we're playing against the high IQ level team. But when I do get in, let me go ahead and I'm gonna make sure I give 100%, 10% on defense. You know, and that's
Yep.
what that and be a part to actually look at the win versus the points.
Right, right. I think a lot of teams, players do that nowadays. They'll be so worried about their individual stats. Not saying you can't worry about your stats, but it's more like, what do I need to do to make the team win? Like, I don't care if I score 30 to win or if I have 0 points and 5 assists. A win's a win. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. It's just
Yeah, are you happy with scoring um let's say 6 points and with a W, your team win, or are you more happy with you scoring 30 and you got an L?
yeah, yep.
Which holds more merit?
I don't know, where I come from, man. Me personally, I'm a winner, so
Yeah.
I like to win. I don't really get into the accolades and all that.
Okay,
Okay, I
okay. So
can.
that's pretty much all the teams, man. So
Yeah,
um
man, we did good because it's right at the hour, man. We right at the hour.
no,
We
no,
did
look,
good.
I know this stuff, okay? Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So what's your just projected championship run? Who you think it's gonna be?
Um, right now, I definitely would have to put brothers like Komet. I could see them in the championship from the way they've been playing, and then but right now, I'm seeing brothers commit and rim reapers. Not to say none of the other teams can turn around, but they just have to. I got to see it. Um, we do have some surprises. You know what I'm saying? That can turn it around. But as of now, I'm going with the numbers. The top two teams is brothers commit and rim reapers. So that's what I see until I see otherwise.
Yeah, they're going to have to show and prove because that's the top
Right.
teams right now.
Right. I got to go with the numbers and what I've seen so far. So it's not me being biased. The numbers is, Brothers Commit undefeated. Rim Reapers only lost one game that was to Brothers Commit. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yep, yep. Anyway, man, we're gonna look forward. You know, it's mid season. We got some surprises in store for a lot, for a lot of the players, especially this summer and next year. So you know, Alpha is elevating the greatness. You know, I still don't think a lot of these guys realize what they're a part of. A lot of our players, you know, what I'm saying? It
Mhm.
don't get no better than this.
Yeah,
Sorry.
man. Hey, big alpha.
Yep.
Um,
Anyway, man, I'll see you on Sunday. We'll catch all the action on Sunday, man. You know, I'm
all
gonna
right.
try to get this video up and everything like
Okay.
that.
All
Yep.
right.
All right,
Yeah.
now.